Hello everyone. Let's begin this module by understanding on why we would require Python as a programming language to do data science work when compared to other programming languages like Java or JavaScript, or even data science related programming languages like R, Ruby or Scala. Let's understand the intricacies of each one of them and finally come to a conclusion. So to begin with, I have considered two most prominent programming languages that are used in the community, that is Python and R. R, as we know, has been developed by statisticians and hence it can act as a powerful tool for performing statistical and data analysis. It's not that we cannot perform statistical and data analysis in Python. We still can perform statistical and data analysis in Python. There are various libraries with which you can basically go about producing very good results in terms of the exploratory data analysis or statistical analysis that you conduct for any given data. But statisticians have adopted R as a programming language very early when compared to Python. And that's the reason why you might find statistical analysis to be mostly used or statistical analysis to be mostly performed by using programming languages like R. That's the only reason. Otherwise, people nowadays generally generate these exploratory data analysis reports or statistical analysis reports mostly by using Python. So we are going to conduct all of our statistical analysis and data analysis activities using only Python. Okay. And we also know that deploying the machine learning pipelines to production is relatively very easy in Python when compared to R. So Python has got a very good and rapidly growing community, whereas R also has got a pretty decent community, but the relative growth that R is exhibiting in the recent past is not comparable to what Python as a language is exhibiting, right? So it has got a very good community support, or probably the growth in community, the number of users who are actively working in Python for data science is ever increasing when compared to R. So how do I materialize this perspective that I'm currently talking about? I can go to Google Trends and basically look at including two different search terms. The first one is Python for data science. The other one is R for data science. So I have captured interest over time. Historically, we can understand that R for data science has been searched by the users almost constantly. So we do not see any positive trend like what we are observing for Python for data science term. So we observe that there is a clear increase in terms of average users who are searching for Python for data science when compared to people who are searching for R for data science. So this is one of the good indicators from which we can easily understand that Python as a language is being extensively used by the data science community nowadays. I also have looked at the trends for Python for deep learning and R for deep learning. It's not that we cannot create deep learning models using R. We still can create deep learning models using R. R has got its own set of libraries and packages with which you can create deep learning models. But if you look at the average users or the users who are basically using R for deep learning is far, far less when compared to the number of users who are using Python for deep learning. The difference is pretty huge. There are specific time windows where we observe almost zero number of users searching for this particular term. Okay. I believe we have pretty much understood that Python for data science has got a relatively better community when compared to R for data science. Cool. Now let's also understand what are the different features that Python would offer us and why is it that Python would stand out when it comes to data science work when compared to other programming languages. Let's say that you are trying to write a specific functionality using a programming language like Java. Also develop the same functionality using Python. So developing that functionality using Python would take far lesser number of lines of code when compared to Java. Because the syntax for Python is pretty easy. The number of lines of code that you end up writing for that functionality will also be very less. And it's very easier to comprehend or perceive the logic that we have written when compared to a programming language functionality or application developed in Java. So it's again very simple, plain English-like language that can be easily perceived by any user who is starting to learn Python here. So this is one of the most interesting features that would stand out when compared to other programming languages. Okay. The second most important feature here is versatility. Python not only can be used for data science or it can not only be used for developing backend applications. We can use this for developing an end-to-end web application. There are frameworks like Django and Flask with which you can build an end-to-end web application. Also relatively easily perform certain mundane tasks by implementing automation. It's not necessary that you use Python only for data science. You can extend that to develop an end-to-end application by using external frameworks. You can also perform automated tasks using Python. This versatility is in place for Python. So we are not restricted to one specific umbrella here. So we can do anything that's possible ever by using Python. It has got an extensive set of libraries. So when it comes to data science work, we are heavily reliant on math. So we perform mathematical operations most frequently on larger data sets. Let's consider an example of calculating distances for different data points that we are given with. So if you're writing the functionality to compute distances for a specific point with respect to all other points, if you write the functionality by yourself, you might write it properly. I totally agree with that. But there could be certain set of libraries which are providing that functionality already, and historically it has been developed over years by a set of users. And the functionality has been optimized to certain extent that the overall runtime is significantly different from the overall runtime that you must have observed with your own functionality that you have written. So that's one of the most primary aspects of leveraging the existing libraries or packages in order to conduct most of our activities. It's not necessary that you can conduct any type of activity by using the existing libraries. It's not possible. So we need to customize the processes. We need to write custom functionalities by leveraging the existing libraries. It's not that you can straight away use a library and create a machine learning model or a deep learning model. It's not the case. Okay. But this is one of the most key features, which is actually standing out from other programming languages. I don't believe that Java as a programming language has got these set of libraries that we would essentially use in order to perform all the mathematical operations, right? So again, as I have mentioned to you earlier, Python as a programming language has got an extensively large data science community, or probably developer community, you can say. Developer community is more meaningful than calling it as data science community, because we have spoke about versatility here. You can not only restrict yourselves to doing data science work, you can extensively create web applications, you can perform automation, right? You can just get rid of manual effort by implementing certain automated tasks by writing scripts in Python. Okay. Again, Python has got very good support for ever growing AI community. We know we are living in a generative AI world today, and there are so many AI tools that are currently in the market. Let's consider certain examples. So Data Robot is one such tool which is going to help us perform automated ML, that it helps us create automated machine learning models for any tabular data that you are going to supply. We also have tools like Data IQ, which again has got this automated ML functionality, along with generating exploratory data analysis and generate the reports pertinent to any given data that we are providing with. We also have tools like dot data, which are extensively used for featureization processes, that is to create additional set of features from your given feature set that you are having. We also have so many other tools like probably Fiddler, which is MLOps tool. So most of these tools that I have listed here do have very good support for Python, and they do not have very good support in our language. It's not that they do not have support at all. They do have support, but whatever functionalities that they have written it very efficiently in Python. I personally have used all of these tools that I have listed here, and I found it to be very efficient when using all these tools by writing scripts in Python, right? I personally have used both R programming as well as Python programming. I find it very easy to write code in Python, very easy to debug issues in Python, because I also have the support of large community wherein I can easily figure out if I am facing any problem or an issue with respect to the script that I'm trying to develop. And last but not the least, it's platform independent. You can run your code in any given machine. Right? You can run it on Windows machine, on Mac OS machine, or a Linux machine, or whatever machine it is. It's completely platform independent, just like Java programming language. Just like Java is platform independent, Python also is platform independent. all these salient features does make Python as a programming language to stand out when it comes to data science work when compared to other programming languages. So in the next session, we are going to understand what this library is. We have spoken about this extensive set of libraries. So we need to understand what this library is, what is package is, what is the difference between library and package, right? Again, we are further going to understand more functionalities in all of our upcoming sessions.